Hello friends, welcome to Department of Plant Pathology, KDSP Agriculture College Nasik. Today we are going to see life cycle of wheat rust. In first lecture we have seen wheat rust and its causal organism. That is, there are three types of rust: black stem rust, brown rust and yellow rust. Among these three rust, we have studied black stem rust of wheat, and now we are going to see the life cycle of this black stem rust of wheat. In life cycle of wheat rust, it produces total 5 different stages. That's why we have seen in earlier lecture that it is called as polymorphic fungus. That means it produces different types of spores or different types of forms. So that's why it is called as polymorphic fungus. Now we will see the first stage of this wheat rust, that is zero stage. It is known as pycnidial stage and it produces pycnidia. Flask shape with narrow opening, and it produces numerous pycnospore. This is the particular character of this pycnidium. At the tip of pycnospores, small thin walled pycnospores, that is spermatia, were produced. This pycnospore push out and mix with honey-like fluid which attract insects and that transfer to receptive hyphae projecting from the pycnia. As you can see in the image, on right side of this image, you can see the pycnidium is developed on upper surface of leaves. After fusion of this receptive hypha and spermatia, it leads to the fertilization and it becomes diploid, and the process is called as spermatization. It is followed by formation of acyl primordial on the lower side of leaves. You can see in image on the right side, there is the pycnidium developed on upper surface of leaves, and the acyl primordia were developed slightly below the pycnidium, and it opens on lower side of leaves, and when it is fully developed, it is called as acium. Acium is the cup-like structure and it is produced by these diploid acyl primordia which were developed by this pycnidium at lower side of leaves. From the base of the acium, numerous aciospores are produced in chain. You can see in image. They are capable of infecting host like wheat, barley and grasses, leading to production of uridosauri, which is known as the repeating stage. In India, uridospore did not survive in hot summer on the plains of North India. The possibilities of this fungus to survive on self-sown wheat, certain grasses which were growing in cool regions, particularly at altitudes up to 2000 meters in Himalaya or in Nilgiri hills. The next most important stage of wheat rust is uridial stage. In that stage, uridinium is produced. In that uridinium, numerous uridospore were produced which causes infection to adjacent crop, and as per as they germinate, they again produces uridospore and again infect to adjacent crop. So that's why it is a repeating stage. They are brown, oval shape, thick wall marked with thin short spines. They born singly on stalks and germinate in water by germ tube. When germ tube come in contact with proper host, it produces aprosorium, which is a penetrating organ from which infection pegs are produced. The infection peg may enter the host through a stomatal opening from which hyphal stand arises, which spread intracellularly, sending hostodia into the cells to absorb nutrients. Upon infection of this fungus, it produces uridosauri, which release the uridospores. These are millions in number. As the disease advances, same mycelium in host produces teliospores, either in uridosauri or in the teliosauri. The next stage is telial stage, and it is denoted as stage 3. In that stage, teletospores were produced. These are dark chestnut brown, two-celled, thick-walled, smooth rounded or pointed at the apex. They germinate by producing a long 4-celled promycelium. It is called as basidium. Each cell produces sterigmata. Sterigmata is the minute hair-like projection arises from the basidium, and on that sterigmata, the basidiospores were produced. This sterigmata bearing a thin-walled sporidium. It is known as basidiospores. The basidiospore, these are germinate by germ tube and infect the alternate host, that is barberry. The last most important stage is basidial stage. In that, basidium is developed. On that basidium, minute hair-like projection, that is sterigmata, arises. On that sterigmata, the small 4 basidiospores were developed exogenously, and these basidiospores may migrate or may infect to barberry crop, and on that barberry crop again it produces pycnidium on upper surface of leaves, and after the diploidization or after the spermatization it produces acial primordia on lower surface of leaves. You can see at the top of this image there is the basidiospore which infect these barberry crops, and after infection it produces pycnidium. It is a flask shaped structure. On that pycnidium you can see the receptive hypa hanging to antecedent wall of this pycnidium. On that receptive hypa, this spermatia may attach, and there is the diploidization as we have seen in detail. So in that way the wheat rust life cycle is completed. So all these 5 stages are very important for completion of this wheat rust life cycle. In all these 5 stages, first stage, that is acial stage and pycnidial stage, these 2 stages were produced on barberry crop, and another 3 stages were developed on wheat crop. So it requires more than one host for completion of its life cycle. Hence it is called as heteroecious rust. This life cycle of wheat rust, which were first studied by Mehta from 1920 to 1950, and they studied the perpetuation of this rust in more detail. Rust over summer in cooler climates of hills, on self-sown wheat plants, ratoon tillers, and also on summer crops grown in Nilgiri and Palni hills in South India. The fixed path between Nilgiri and Palni hills to Narmada and Tapti river, it is known as Pakshinia path. And Nagaranjan and Singh and K.C. Mehta, these are some scientists which were working on this Pakshinia path. You can see the wind direction in this image. This map shows the effect of wind on plant epidemics in spore liberation and spore dispersal of this wheat rust fungus. This is the image of movement of UG99 strain of wheat rust, which causes infection to so many crops and produces epidemic. It is the potential migration route of UG99 strain, and this is based on prevailing airflows and regional wheat production areas. In next lecture, we will study another 2 types of rust, that is leaf or brown rust or yellow rust in detail. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get the recent updates of my channel. Thank you.